SeatMatch helped me find a great role by making sure that the traits I had that they identified meshed well with the traits that were being sought for the role. SeatMatch helped me get a director of operations role where I'm going to be doing a lot of project management because they saw that I was a long-term thinker, I was a planner, I was someone who was very detail-oriented, and so it gave me a role where I knew I could excel and I knew I could be an asset to the company. And as I've been talking to that company, we've been getting started before my first week. They're excited to work with me because they have such a high level of confidence that I'm going to do well. I'm Isaac Coleman from Nebraska, and I work in marketing. The people at SeatMatch responded super quickly to any questions that I had about things that the client was asking for or any questions about the process itself, and they always did a great job making sure I knew exactly what was expected of me and how I could be successful during the process. I really appreciated how the people at SeatMatch would reach out to me personally, not only when they needed to schedule something, but to check in with perhaps how an interview went or how I was feeling about the process, or following up on specific emails where there had been any kind of confusion. So I definitely felt like I had a personal connection with several of the people at SeatMatch. They weren't super formal. Everyone I worked with came across as a real person who was also treating me as a real person. The confidentiality during the negotiations was unlike anything I've been able to experience anywhere else. It was wonderful to have someone advocating for my needs and with whom I could be honest about, these are the things that are really important to me, these are the things that are somewhat important to me, these are the things we both think could be potential issues. It was really freeing, and it was a huge relief for me to know that I had somebody who was in my corner, but who also would respect the interests of the organization I was going to work for. What really stood out about my experience with SeatMatch was that I was always able to get my questions answered. I was actually being hired in December. Over the holidays, we were doing negotiations literally the week of Christmas, and even still, I could always talk to the representative I was working with at SeatMatch and go, hey, I have concerns about this, I have questions about this, how are things going? And I would get those personalized, prompt responses that meant so much to me. I have already told a colleague to use SeatMatch, and it's because of the way that SeatMatch will actually respect you during the process and actually care about finding a good match for you. They're not just trying to get you a job where you can trick your way in and 3 months in it's going to be obvious you're not a part of it, and they make the job process not demeaning. Even when you are working with a recruiter, it feels like you're just being distilled down into like a bullet point list of features, and while SeatMatch literally does have that list, it's not the same. You're being treated as a full person with a full set of needs, and again, I really can't say enough about how important respect is during the process and how really unusual that is in a role like this.